Hey Tim, how's it going?
Going great, man. It's cold.
Yeah, it is really cold. I just noticed that doing the Victorian stroll tonight, and I'll have some layers on.
I'm gonna try to stop by. I think it'd be
I
kind
hope
of
you
cool.
do. Yeah, so that brings me to my next point
Oh
of the
God.
calls I've been getting from buyers.
Okay.
So I have one misconception. I'm going to ask you yours.
Okay.
So one thing is people call me and they say, you know what, every agent's the same. I'm going to treat them like crap. I want to see this house. I don't need to be pre-approved. Why is that dangerous?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wouldn't want to have to answer that call because I wouldn't probably be as nice as I'm going to be today. Because you need to know,
Mhm.
and the fact of the matter is you also need to know what your budget is. Right?
Yep.
Markets shift every day. They shift. The fact of the matter is, markets always shift, whether it's the real estate markets in terms of buying and selling, or whether it's interest rates, right? So you never know exactly where you are unless you talk to someone who knows. You may be wasting your time. And the other piece of that is you may not. You may think you're qualified, and you may in fact well be qualified, but you may not know all of your options.
Which brings me to point is you care. So you're going to look into and help them out,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, honestly, we're going to close a loan for somebody actually. It's a
Mhm.
refinance, and I had to evaluate three options for that person and then walk them through that and let them choose which one was best. Now, the one they chose was the one that I thought was the best option. They qualified for all three, but there was this one option had a specific component to it which made it better for them.
Great.
So you got to know what you're qualified for. You got to know the
Hmm.
payment so you're comfortable with it, and then you got to be presented with options.
Okay. All right. So what are the two misconceptions that you hear on your end?
Okay. The first one is you have to have perfect credit to qualify for a home loan.
Wow.
I mean, you hear that all the time.
Yep.
And of course, that comes with this. I know what my credit score is because I went to Purple Cow or
Credit
whatever
Karma.
that is, right? And the answer is we call those FICO scores in the business. They're not FICO scores, they're FICO scores. They're there to make you, they're selling you a product and they're there to make you feel good about yourself.
Mhm.
So you don't need to have perfect credit. We can go down on FHA, for instance, down to 580 mid score. VA has no minimum
It's so
required credit score. So when somebody comes to me and says, "Oh, my credit's really crappy," and I go, "Well, I don't know. Let's take a look."
Mhm.
And the other cool thing about this is all 580s are not the same.
Mhm.
If you haven't been paying your bills for 10 years and your line of collections is, looks like, a bunch of paper, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, we're going to have some issues. But just because maybe you only missed one payment, maybe you're a younger person, you have a thin credit profile, you missed one payment, or it's a mistake, and all of a sudden you're 580. Well, that's easily fixable, or
A
can be
mistake is
easily fixable.
huge. You can help with that and show them,
Absolutely.
hey, this is how
Absolutely.
to fix
So, you can have a conventional score down to 620, typically FHA down to 580, and VA has no credit requirement score.
it.
So,
Mhm.
and again, most people don't know. And you add in the fact that all credit reports, a third of all credit reports have some kind of error on them.
Mhm.
Yeah, let's figure it out. Let's find out. That's number
Love
one.
it.
You don't
What's
need
the
perfect
second one?
credit.
What's another misconception? What's the second one?
Easy. So my parents, your parents, they say, "Oh, you need 20% down.
I
You need
keep
to have a
hearing it.
large down payment to come into the house." And that answer is just no, it's not. FHA, 3.5% down of the purchase price. Conventional
Mhm.
lending, 3% down. And then, of course, VA doesn't require, and USDA does not require a down payment. So the idea that you have to have 20% down, a large down payment, which, and I look at credit reports and bank statements and financial statements for a living. That's what I do, right?
Mhm.
Average home price in Saratoga County is probably 400,000. So do the math. You always hear me say that. 20% is 80K.
Yeah. Who's going to have that?
Exactly. So, that's where you have the ability to come in with a lower down payment, an FHA loan, a VA loan, a USDA loan, or a conventional loan if you got great credit, and come in with a lower down payment. It's really simple.
Mhm.
But I hear that, my gosh, I hear that a lot.
Yeah. I think that's great to work with you, because people talk to me all the time. They ask me all these lending questions and stuff like that, and I say, hey, talk to your lender. Like, do you want Tim's info? Because he's up to date with the info. I can give you a generality, see what maybe you qualify for, tell you what your credit score, whatever. But you really need to talk to a lender, because they're in this every day, just like I'm in the real estate market every day, and they're going to be able to help you.
Hopefully they're in it every day. And I'll give you an example today. And I send my Monday rate update to you, to you every Monday. And this week I said, hey, look, there's a couple things on the economic calendar that could really affect interest rates. Right. And one of them dropped today. It was the personal expenditures consumption index. Don't try to say that 3 times fast. PCE.
I'm not.
Yeah. The PCE is the number one factor or index that the Fed uses to determine how they're going to adjust interest rates. And today it came in lower than expected. It was great. Yesterday, Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, had a speech, and he said, hey, it looks like we're probably going to start, slowing down these interest rate hikes. And if you looked at your 401k, your stock portfolio yesterday, you'll notice it went up 3%, which is a huge move, right? Day to day. So I'm not so certain that a lot of lenders look at it at that granularity. Like tomorrow morning, non-farm payrolls come out. That's going to show us what the unemployment picture is in America. And that's going to affect these decisions that the market's making, whether rates are going up or down.
I love that.
Quick spoiler alert, rates got better today.
And you're up to date on the programs and how to qualify.
For instance, little personal plug here. Rates are high right now. We know that, as what they've been compared to the last 10 years. Well, we just announced Movement Mortgage that if you want to buy a home right now and rates do drop, we're going to refi your house for free. There'll be no lender fees.
That is awesome. I've heard whispers of that program going on. So that's huge.
Just dropped today. And so that's a big deal. I mean, so right now you're looking at rates somewhere in the 6s. There's some speculation it'll be in the 5s or 4s next year. And we know it costs money to do a refi. We're not going to do anything with lender fees. It's just going to be
huge.
We're going to do it. So cool.
Are we going to see you with a shirt on that says "Date the Rate," or are we going to wait?
You will never see me with a shirt on that says "Marry the House, Date the Rate." I'm
going to get you that.
I'm this close to going off. I think that's disingenuous at best and financial malpractice at worst.
I had to get you going. Well, thanks, Tim. I appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Well, you have a good rest of your day, and hopefully I'll see you tonight.
I hope so. Again, I'm Matt Began with Keller Williams and the Scott Barley team, and that's Tim Clark
with Mortgage. Everybody have a great day.
Awesome. Thanks, Tim.
Bye.